Okay, hello, and welcome to my September recap, which will probably be the shortest recap I've ever done, period, so far this year. Basically, I'm out of breath because I just ran up my stairs. I'm also going to try to make this fast because I just ordered food and it got here, so I'm not trying to eat cold food, but I do want to film this before I eat my lipstick off. Anyway. If you haven't watched one of these videos before, basically I just recap my month in terms of makeup, in terms of anything that I bought, which hasn't been a lot in the recent months, but I did buy a few things. Anything that I tried, and then anything that I was really loving this month. Let's just get started. So in terms of purchases, okay, so first of all, I did buy 2 of the palettes from the Unearthly Halloween release. I'm so excited to have them come my way. Like, honestly, I'm so excited. I don't even think they've shipped yet. I have to double check my email, but yeah, they were on pre-order, so they obviously aren't here yet, but I did buy I will put pictures of them up on the screen. The Queen of the Damned one and the Weirdos one, I believe, with the like purpley color story. In my heart of hearts, I desperately wanted all 4, but in no way, shape, or form could I financially justify that, so I narrowed it down to my 2 favorites. I cannot wait to try them, so definitely, obviously, will be videos on that. And then so there is a story. Basically, I ran out of my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, so I went into Sephora and I repurchased it. And then when I went to the counter, or I went to the till, and then I also bought a new eye cream. I bought the Inky List Caffeine Eye Cream. Eye cream has been one of my new kind of like non-negotiable skincare staples. I've ran out of a lot of my skincare and I just haven't replaced it because I don't want to spend the money on it. But eye cream, because I do suffer with eczema on my eyelids, I find it's like the one thing that helps is just making sure that I'm really, really like diligently moisturizing it. So anyway, I also bought this. This I also tried for the first time. I like it. It's very light. It's like almost serum-y. I don't know if it's like my favorite ever, but it does the job and it's affordable. Anyway, so I go to the till and I buy this concealer and this eye cream, and then the girl is like, so NARS is having like this promotion. If you buy like 2 NARS products, or like buy a certain amount of NARS products, you get like this free stuff. And I was like, okay. So I really just decided to go for it. And so the second product that I ended up buying, I was like, I really wanted to try this. And I'm just gonna, I truly ultimate impulse buy. I bought the Air Matte Blush in the shade Rush because I'm on my cream blush kick. I just want to try all the cream blushes. It's the most beautiful, like burnt orange color. And honestly, on the cheeks, so pretty. It's very matte, like it's moussey and it is quite matte. I've tried it, okay, I haven't fully formed my thoughts on it yet. I definitely need to try it some more. I think it's an interesting texture. Definitely prefer this with my fingers over a brush. I find that with a brush, it can get a little bit patchy just because it is so like matte once it dries down and moussey. I just find it blends a little bit better in with my fingers. I do want to try it not with the Tower 28 cream bronzer underneath because it is so dewy and so emollient. I feel like it might just mesh better with not such a like hydrated kind of like base. But the color is so pretty and I don't hate it. I just don't necessarily know if it's worth the money, but I definitely don't regret buying it. So there's that. And then with this little free, they give you like free stuff. Anyway, they give you a free high pigment long wear eyeliner. This is just in the shade Black, which is technically the shade Via Veneto. Not mad about it. It's a good size, and black eyeliner is always something that I will use. They also gave me a sample size of the Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, which is my holy grail eyeshadow primer, so I was like, excellent. Oh, they gave me a little sample, like small size of Laguna, which I was like, of course, they always love to have bronzers that will only work for one skin tone anyway. I've been using it again. I've had a sample of this like at some point, maybe even had a full size. I can't even remember. It's fine. It's just a bronzer. Doesn't really do much for me in terms of excitement. I feel like there are definitely other bronzers out there that are better, just as good. And then they also gave me a sample, or like, they had this like friggin' stupid game thing. You know those like claw games that you like, the claw goes down, you have to control it and like picks up a prize. They had that. And I was like, well, I want to get one of these little matte pencil things. So I have to do it. But it was just like the girl who was manning the like fucking game. She's like, I've been here for the past 2 days and I'm like, I hate my life basically. And I was like, yeah, I do not blame you. And it's like, I don't want to do this. I feel like such an idiot, but I really wanted to get this sample. Anyway, this is the whole thing. But this is the Velvet Matte Pencil in the shade Cruella, but I already have this. I do really like it, but do I like it enough to have two? I don't know, but anyway, that's what I ended up getting in that whole debacle of buying this concealer and this blush. But I'm like really happy to have this blush, honestly. Even though the formula's not my favorite, I do like having a matte blush. I feel like I have so many like really dewy cream blushes, and I love the container of this. I love NARS packaging, even though it gets really dirty. Anyway, okay. In terms of, I also just bought a replacement for my moisturizer. This is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. This is the one with SPF 30. I've had this before. It's affordable and it's nice. So I'm, generally excited to use that again. I don't think I mentioned this last month, but my girlfriend and I, we like share cleansers. Anyway, we bought this Boscia Purifying Cleansing Gel. This was from Winners, so it was on sale. I think we paid like $15 for it. I actually really enjoy it. It foams, but it doesn't feel stripping. I really, really like it. Definitely worth $15. I can't remember. I don't know what it is full price, but probably too much money. Anyway, there are only two things that were new that I tried this month. The first being the Beauty Bay Lip and Cheek Duo. This is in the shade Pinocchio Shorts. So it's the same like shade, but the formula is different, I guess. This is the cheek side, so it's a little bit more matte, and then the lip side is, again, the same color, but just a little bit more sheer. I have tried the lip side before this month, and it was just fine. I just used a little bit of it. It just is like kind of like a balmy lipstick texture, but I tried the cream blush side for the first time, and I really like it. I've been wanting a red cream blush for a while, and this is obviously it. I feel like you obviously could use either side in your lips or cheeks, but I've only used each corresponding side with the corresponding parts of my face. But honestly, I was really impressed with it. I feel like you could blend it out really easily, even though it was such a bright color. I feel like I was able to manipulate it well. You could build it up, blend it out, like dull it down a little bit. Don't know if this is still available. I know the other shade they had was sold out when I made this order. I bought this on sale. Enjoyed it. Nothing really bad to say about it, to be honest. And then I also did a first impressions. I tried the Beauty Bay and Nikki Tutorials palette for the first time, and I gotta say, I was a major fan. Just based on first impressions, I did eye swatches as well. It's so awkward to hold up. Color story wise, it's not my absolute most favorite in the world. I think I got this for like $13, so absolutely no regrets. And the shimmers in this palette are so beautiful. They easily compare to all of the newer Beauty Bay shimmers in their newer palettes, and I'm honestly really happy that I ended up buying this. So I will link that first impression down below if you want to check it out. I've only used a handful of the mattes, but I didn't really have any issues with them so far. In terms of things that I love this month, honestly, I haven't been wearing a ton of makeup because, again, still trying to figure out my schedule and stuff with work, and I just haven't been wearing like day-to-day makeup as much, mostly just on the weekends. But I've been revisiting some of my Sydney Grace and Tim Talia palettes. I've been using the Quintessence palette a ton this month, and I really, really love it. I just love how smoky it is. You can do like neutral pops of color. And I don't know, I just think this is a beautiful, beautiful, grungy, interesting, unique color story, like cool toned palette. I really have thoroughly enjoyed it. I like using it by itself. I like pairing it with other palettes, pairing it with like shimmery toppers. Really fun, and the mattes are really, really beautiful. And I've also used this a handful of times. On the Horizon palette, really have been enjoying it. I'm really excited to use this more for fall. I know that I featured this in a fall like palette video before, and I think it's just such a perfect fall palette. And again, I haven't used this as much as the Quintessence, but these palettes I've mostly used in September. And that is pretty much my video. Otherwise, I don't have a ton of anything else that I've been like, I don't really have much else to report on. Normally I recap any books I read in a month, but I literally have not read any new books. I think I've read a chapter of a book in the entire month of September because I just don't have time right now, unfortunately, but it's been a good month. I'm really enjoying my job. It's just been busy in terms of like managing time, which also is why I have not been uploading as frequently, but again, trying to get back into the consistent uploads. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you so much for watching. For once, one of my videos like a respectable length, so I will let you go now. I would love if you want to subscribe. I typically don't ask that, so I don't know why I said that, but hey, you know, why not? Anyway, I'll see you in my next one. Okay, bye.